Go. Stephen, a 5-1 victory over Dungannon Swiss today. Can I get your thoughts on the game, please?
Well, I think it was. This has been coming for a wee while for us. 4 goals last week, 5 this week. And again, we might have scored a couple more goals, a couple clear off the line. The performance level has carried on from last weekend, and of course the County Antrim Shield win. The feel-good factor. The players coming into the dressing room, giving us the extra numbers, new faces, just that desire and focus of what we're doing and how we're doing it is sort of starting to pay off now. I've seen the green shoots of this for 2 months. While we were losing a few games, we were playing really well, and you have to hope that that's going to come into fruition at some period for you, and now we're seeing some of that. And the level of our game at the moment has been just brilliant, and we're finding the back of the net. That's the big thing. We've been missing some of those chances. Now we're starting to score the goals, so that's good. A lot of what we're doing right now, we're taking it to teams a little bit. We're big performance here today. Lecky has really lit the place up over the last couple of weeks with his quality, and he's bringing people into the game and linking the play for Paul, Danny, Aidan, people like that who really play off of him, if you like. And then your experienced quality players at the back, got the wise heads, know how to control games, because you're up against a very, very good Dungannon team who have been exceptional for 3 years. Exceptional how they've built their squad and won the Irish Cup last year, and have been magnificent. Players right through their team who can hurt you start to finish and are on a tremendous run. So to beat them in the manner we have will say a lot about where I think we are getting to. But it's only a couple of games. It's only a couple of wins. There's such a long way to go, and we won't be getting carried away with it.
I had to sort of dig in the first 5-10 minutes. Dungannon came out and took the game to us, but then it sort of switched. We got that opener for Joe Crow, and you speak about that ruthlessness where we scored the free in about 15 minutes or so to really establish that dominance and that lead. Yeah,
you're wholeheartedly right. I think Big Mitchell should really score the lobbed goal in the first minute of the game, but make no mistake, the wind that was hurling down at us today was horrendous, and there was times when the gusts came, you couldn't make the halfway line with your kick, and the ball was there 1 second and it was away from you the next. It was a really tough conditions for both teams here today. So we saw off that first 5 minutes when they came at us like a steam train, I suppose. We dealt with it, we found our way into the game, and then we had that quality going over the top with the pace and the finish, and that really started to take the game away from Dungannon. So we were able to build on that, and we were able to hold on to it and dealt with how the day unfolded. But it has to be very pleasing, I think, for everyone.
I'm sure you're pleased with the intensity of the performance throughout. Sometimes you can get a few goals ahead, you can take the foot off the pedal a wee bit, but it seemed like the boys really stuck at it and kept going right throughout there.
No, definitely. We were keen to get a couple of the new faces on, and at what time we would bring them on, just to give them that flavour of the game. Joe and Kike are new into us. They're young, talented strikers and play off the wide areas. Pacey boys that can really hurt you, and I want to see what they're all about. They're just new, and they'll measure up. They've got what it takes around what we need over the next 3 months. So I'm really delighted how the whole thing has shook out here today. So lots going on, but you just have to take it all in the round. Don't get too carried away with it. Lots of work still to be done, and keep working hard. That's all I can ever ask of our people and our players, is keep working hard, and you'll get rewarded for it.
Lastly, I know you've already touched on Adam Letty, but a hat-trick today. Danny takes the match ball last week, and Adam today. It's great, as you say, to now see those forward players really taking the chances that are coming their way.
Well, I've known for a long time what Adam Lecky's all about. He's a player that I was so very keen on to bring to Crusaders a number of years ago, and led our line for quite a number of years. Class player, class person. That's a combination you're looking for when you're working with real professionals, and we have got that in our dressing room in abundance. Adam Lecky's just a marvellous person and marvellous footballer, and and Danny last week, again, I talked a little bit about Danny last week in the press. Just another guy who just wants to do well. He's just hungry to do well, and that's the difference at the different levels that we all play at. It's the hunger. These guys must have hunger written all over their performances, because that's what will get them in to score the goals, and that's what you're seeing in Adam Leckie right now. He's right up to full throttle again. The early part of his comeback, it was maybe 70-80%, and we were nursing him back in. But now you're just seeing a player just on fire, hard to mark, and he's just brilliant. So delighted for him, delighted for Danny, because they've got the 2 hat-tricks, but take nothing away from all the other performances, because they'll be the first to tell you it takes a team effort to get those balls into the right areas to score those goals, and they'll not take that away from their teammates, because the whole team's working hard right throughout. So I'm delighted for all of them.
Thank you, Stephen.